So here's the setup that I'm using for electric Qigong, electrostatic, I should say, electrostatic enhanced training. So just something I'm experimenting with, you know. It's really a shame to see that, you know, some of these Qigongs, some of these Neigong schools, you know, that are involving external power supplies in their training, you know, they just seem to be holding on to the bare conductors and, you know, and then gradually turning up the voltage. And I'm not sure if that's the right way to do it. I don't think that's a very good way to do it. You know, our body is, at least the outside, you know, the surface is more of a dielectric. Actually, is intended more as a dielectric medium, not as a, you know, not as a conductor that is discharging energy. You know, because as soon as you have an electric circuit, what you conventionally think of as an electric circuit, you know, you have a discharge of energy, and any discharge of energy will you know, means that implies a short circuit, and when there is a short circuit, you know, there is a burning up of some kind of material, and in this case, if you're holding onto the bare conductors, there's going to be you know, there's going to be cellular damage. There's going to be, you know, I don't know, maybe that's part of this Qigong that I can see. I think it's the Neigong school. They're doing it. They're using a power supply and they're holding on to the bare conductors and turning up the voltage. What I'm doing here is using electrostatics instead. So I built a large condenser or a capacitor, which I'm sitting on, and it just consists of first I've laid down one layer of dielectric storage medium, meaning a material that will you know, that has a high dielectric permittivity, meaning it can store electrostatic charge just the same as a balloon can store electrostatic charge, or a woolly sock, or your hair when you brush you know, your comb through it. So this can store an electrostatic charge, and then you know, on top of that, I've got one layer of a silver threaded material, and so that it's flexible. I mean, I could use something cheap like tinfoil, but the problem is tinfoil, it's very too delicate, it breaks. But this is a flexible, you know, material, and then another layer of dielectric, and then another a copper threaded material. So when I charge these up, you know, you're going to hear like a static kind of fuzz, the same as when you turn on an old what do they call that? Not an LCD, but a you know, a tube, an old tube TV. Forget what you call them, or a fluorescent light bulb as well. You can feel the static charge, you know, from the high voltage, you know, on it. And that kind of high voltage, that is not in a circuit. Okay, so please understand. So as soon as you have a circuit, an electric circuit, where you are short circuiting, you know, negative and positive, then you have a dissipation of electrical energy. You're converting the dielectric or the static charge. You are converting that into a magnetic field. And when you convert it into a magnetic field, then you dissipate energy and you cause the burning up of some kind of, you know, of some kind of conductor. And if these Neigong people are holding on to the bare conductors, that is going to cause, you know, some kind of cellular damage. So what I'm doing here is I'm not creating any kind of, yes, I'm using high voltage, and yes, it's a little dangerous. You just need to be aware of the, you know, the precautions here, but I'm not creating any kind of electric circuit. I'm just sitting here on top of a very highly charged capacitor, and I have a way to discharge it. So we'll just check that it's not charged. Get a little charge in there, and then I've got my 5,000 volts to 30 kV power supply here. So I'm gonna charge it up, and you're gonna hear that fuzz, and it's exactly the same. I mean, you don't have to use this kind of thing in your training. It's just because I like to, I like to experiment with these things, and honestly, like it's a shame, and I really feel that it's too shameful to be a human being and not not delve into these things. It's really immature. It's immature of you and a lot of other people watching this, for sure, to to say, oh, that's to cast shade on this kind of thing. It's really really a low, you have a low form of intelligence to do that, instead of looking into it, understanding it, and just like one of my teachers here said. He said that doing qigong, it's about understanding it on a fundamental level, like really delving into it and understanding it, and not just treating it like magic. So please grow up and look at this in a positive way. I'm not using that much voltage. Even if I charge this thing here up to 30,000 volts and short circuited it on myself, it would be very painful, but it's not gonna kill you. A taser that the police are using, those are like 100,000, 50,000 or 100,000 volts, and people very rarely have a heart attack or die or something if they get tased. But so this is actually a lot less than that. It will just give you a very an electric shock if you cause a short circuit or any kind of circuit, but that's not what we're doing here. We're just using the charge. So let's just have a look here and see what it can do. Don't know if you can see that, but it's arcing across. So it can do about it looks like a very corona rich discharge there. So not a lot of amps, not a lot of amperage at all, very little amperage. So let's charge it up, and we're going to hear the static fuzz beneath me. There we go, we can hear the fuzz charging up. I can feel it in my whole body. Okay, I can really feel it now. And even I can feel the charge coming off my hand, and if I put near the wall, the whole charge is coming up through my body now. And so the top plate here that I'm sitting on is a negative charge, and the bottom one is a positive charge. And you might think, well, it should be the other way around, because the Earth has a surplus of electrons, so shouldn't the negative be there? But no, that's not what we want to do, because we want to put this in a series connection with the Earth. Series means from negative positive, so that you have a flow, going through there. If I put the negative on the bottom, then it would not be connecting with the it would not be in a series connection with the Earth. So now I have I'm actually using this charge as a carrier for the you know, for a lot of different charges and impulses that'll be coming up through the earth. But you know, I'm sitting in a house here, and I'm sitting on a carpet. So ideally, I should be doing this outside. But yeah, so I'm going to do my qigong now. So I'm just going to bring down all my mental energy, because I've used a lot of mental energy and going in and out of a theta and you know, brainwave state. So I need to calm it back down again. Just taking some time. Just taking some time. I can do a little bit more. And now I'm just cranking it up a little more. So I'm going to have to be quite careful. Seems like the charge is being used up in my body. It's already depleting already. If I wasn't sitting on here, I think the charge would, I think this capacitor would stay charged for much longer. So it almost feels as though I am using it